This phone might be the best and complete Android package that I've ever tried, but is this phone perfect? Of course not. So in this video, I'm going to go over 5 things that I like about the phone and 5 things that I don't like about the phone. The first thing that I love about the phone is just how smooth it is, but I can't really show that over video other than doing the cliche swiping back and forth that you guys have seen about a million times by now. But you'll just have to take my word for it. Go to your local electronics store, Best Buy, your carrier store, and just try this phone out. It feels, it's butter. It is so smooth. I'm not the only one that thinks that this is the smoothest Android experience thus far. Of course, a lot of it has to do with optimization, but a big portion of it has to do with that amazing new Qualcomm chip that is now worldwide. No matter where you live, you're going to get this Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. But it's not just any normal Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. In fact, it is specifically made for Samsung. Samsung and Qualcomm have partnered up, so it's not just the 8 Gen 2, it is the 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. So it is basically an overclocked version of the normal Snapdragon 8 Generation 2, which technically makes this phone, not just this phone, but the Galaxy S23 series in general, the fastest Androids in the world. Another thing I like about this phone is the improved video. It is not yet on par with iPhone in terms of low light shooting, but in the daytime, I'd say it's pretty much spot on, and it's a massive improvement over the Galaxy S22 Ultra, especially when it comes to stabilization. The new 8K 30 mode is also a great improvement, and it finally does not crop in as much as previous Samsung phones did, and it looks great with a lot of detail. The stabilization in 8K also works perfectly, whereas before it would be very jittery. One downside with the Galaxy phones is that you're not ever getting a charger in the box anymore anytime in the future. For us techies, we know this, but for the average person, I get a lot of comments on TikTok asking me, are we getting a charger this year? Are we getting a charger this year? Unfortunately, you're not, which is why I want to talk to you guys about Anker. They are literally one of the best and most trusted brands when it comes to charging your expensive tech. And these Anker Ace gallium nitride chargers are the perfect companion for your Galaxy S23 lineup. This is the Anker 313. It is a 45-watt gallium nitride charger, which means that you can charge your Galaxy S23 Ultra or your Galaxy S23 Plus in under an hour. Fast charging isn't always the best if it's not done right, which is why Anker works closely on not only giving you the fastest charge possible, but the safest charge possible as well, because it has 10 layers of protection, including temperature regulation, overvoltage protection, current regulation, and more. It's also compatible with all your Samsung products such as your phone, your watch, your tablet, computers, so on and so forth. The Anker 313 charger, like I said, is a gallium nitride charger, which not only means that it is 30% smaller than Samsung's very own 45-watt charger, but it also offers excellent efficiency while charging. Remember, a good charge is an efficient charge. For those that have the standard Galaxy S23, this is the Anker 312 charger, and it's the clear choice. Not only because of that sweet price, but also because it is going to give you the fastest charge that your Galaxy S23 can take, which is 25 watts. And of course, the 25-watt Anker 312 will provide the same exact protection as the 45-watt Anker 313, so you can't go wrong with either or. I've been using Anker for literally years and I've never had an issue with them, so if you're looking for your next powerful charger with basically unrivaled performance, these Anker Ace chargers are definitely going to be the go-to. And of course, if you're interested, I'll have a link down below for you to check them out. Now, the physical design of the S23 Ultra didn't really change much from the S22 Ultra, but it changed just enough for this phone to be more comfortable to hold than the S22 Ultra, and that's of course thanks to the new borders of the phone being nice and flat, whereas before it was a little too curvy for my personal liking. This phone sits in the hand so good. So good. But not only that, okay, the actual screen of the phone doesn't curve as much as before as well, which means if you're a fan of the S Pen, personally, I am not. I forget that this is even there. But if you are a fan of the S Pen, you'll be happy to know that finally you can get closer to the borders of the phone without your pen slipping off the sides, which I think Samsung saw my last video and was like, you know what, Mark has a good point. Let's make the screen not as curvy. Samsung, I'm waiting for my check. It probably got lost in the mail. No worries. I'm not mad, but, just make it right next time. Right? Please? If you like to watch media on your phone, chances are you do. This phone is incredible. And I'm not even talking about this beautiful display. We know already. Samsung has the best displays, yada, yada, yada. There's no point of saying that every single year. But I'm talking about the actual package, right? Because the screen can be good, but if the speakers suck, that completely ruins the experience. It's actually proven. More people care about sound quality than visuals. So there you go. This phone, the speakers are nuts. I wish I can translate that over video to you guys, but that won't make any sense because the speakers are going to go to this microphone, which goes to my computer, which gets compressed on YouTube, and then that sound goes through your speakers. So technically, you're just listening to your speakers. You have to hear these in person to fully understand what I'm talking about. So if you're the type of person to be watching a show before bed saying, one more episode, okay, one more episode, and then you finish the entire season by accident, you're going to love this phone. By the way, Samsung is still doing pre-orders, so if you use my exclusive link down below and you're picking this phone up, you'll get $150 of Samsung credit to use for stuff like cases, chargers, accessories, and you'll also be bumped up to 512 gigabytes of storage, which also gets you 12 gigabytes of RAM. And of course, their pre-order deals are pretty good as well. So again, you have until the 17th, and I'll have a link down below if you guys are interested. Now, my absolute favorite thing about this phone, battery life. Samsung, I don't know what you guys did. You guys are aliens. Do you have alien tech? Are those your balloons that have been flying around the world out of nowhere? If it is, that makes total sense now. The battery life is crazy, and it's only been one day. I've only 2 days. I've fully charged this phone twice, so it's still in its learning period. As we all know, Androids need to learn your pattern before the battery life gets even better. But even now, even before it learned, it's nuts. Yesterday, I ended my day with about 9% of battery left, I believe, and my screen on time was 6 hours. Again, and that yesterday was only one full charge. So after one full charge, I'm already getting the same amount of battery life as I got with the S22 Ultra after the learning period. And this phone is obviously still in the learning period. Even better, you can enable light mode, which I believe came out with the Galaxy Flip 4 and the Fold 4. You can enable light mode on this phone, which will increase the battery even more by throttling the performance. And that's the thing. This phone is so powerful, you can literally throttle the performance and you're not going to notice a difference, I promise you. If you use your phone with like social media, stuff like that, Telegram, WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, don't go on Facebook, stuff like that. Yo, this phone, you're not going to notice any difference in speed if you enable light mode. You're just not. But as with all things you love, it always ends. Typically with a heartbreak. So let's talk about the things that I don't like about the Galaxy S23 Ultra. For starters, it takes so long to charge. Not only that, dude, Samsung, you're advertising 45 watts of charging. Cool. No charger in the box. Fine. We get it. Channel sponsors, Anker, link down below. But not only that, the cable that comes with the Galaxy S23 Ultra is not 45 watt capable. I believe you need a 5 amp cable, which luckily I have, and I didn't even know I had it laying around, but I guess I do. But the cable that comes with the phone is not 45 watt capable, so you're not even going to get the advertised charging speeds. I hate that. Whatever happened to companies releasing a phone that is just capable straight out of the box with no accessories needed, no extra special cables needed, no special chargers needed. It just came with everything you got. It reminds me of video games, man. If you guys have played Call of Duty, you know, okay? Like 7-10 years ago, Call of Duty, when that came out, it was a finished game. Now it's like, oh, it's broken, and then eventually they patch it up, maybe, okay? What's going on with tech? It seems like we're going forward, but then we're going back because you're advertising one thing, but you're not even getting it. You need to buy, well, in this case, about $15 or $20 worth of chargers, which is pretty cheap for how good they are, I'll admit. But then you need a special cable as well. I'm tired of that. That's honestly, that's garbage. That is like, seriously, that's garbage. Samsung, stop that, okay? just stop. At least with the iPhone, you're getting the cable that is capable of fast charging 27 watts. Fine, it's not as fast as 45 watts, but it's a complete package, minus the charger. But again, that we all know that's never coming back to flagship phones anyway, so no point of talking about it. But the fact that the S23 Ultra does not come with a cable capable of the advertised speeds, that's trash. Automatically, trash. We're moving on. Another thing I don't like, and this is every single year, curved display. Now, as I've said before, it did get better, but it's still there. And the reason why I don't like it is because if you're using a case like from, what is this company? Urban Armor Gear. They're not sponsoring this video, but you know, it's a pretty good case if you guys want it. So if you have a case on your phone, and typically all Samsung cases, they cover the lip, right? They cover the edge of the glass, which means anytime with a curved display and you're using a case, your thumb is constantly going to be rubbing against the corner of the case because it's not, I'll put up a video right now to explain what I'm showing you guys, but the screen curves down and then the case goes up. So there's always a valley that collects a ton of dirt, lint, stuff like that. But with the iPhone, I'm actually recording with the iPhone. With the iPhone, since the screen is flat, not even with the iPhone, with the Galaxy S23 Ultra or Plus, the screen is flat. It's nice and flat, which means any case you put on it, it's not going to have that little valley where it collects dirt, dust, which can potentially even scratch your display as the weeks and months go on. I don't like flat display, curved displays. I know a lot of you do. That's fine. Maybe Samsung is targeting you guys, but I personally prefer a flat display. That's just me. But you know, this is a personal video of what I don't like about the phone, so that's what I don't like, unfortunately. Another thing I don't like is the charging speed, even if you got the proper cable, even if you got the proper charger. It still takes about an hour, a little bit less than an hour to fully charge, which, you know, for some people that's fine, I get it, but you know, we have phones nowadays that can charge 100% in 30 minutes, sometimes even less, and there's a piece of lint that's flying around. It's gone now. You know, maybe Samsung is just scared because their phones used to blow up, literally. So maybe they're kind of keeping things on the DL, you know, on the down low. I don't know what they're doing, but the charging speeds, I wish it was a little bit faster. But like I said, thankfully the battery life is so good that you might not even need to top off throughout the day. But if you are a super heavy user, of course, it's possible to drain the battery in less than a day, which means you're going to be topping off, which means that you're not really going to get the super fastest speeds available when compared to other phones. So aside from those few nitpicky things, and I'll be honest, those things that I don't like about the phone are nitpicky, except the cable. Damn it, Samsung. Give us the cable that is capable of the advertised charging speeds, man. I hate that. But other than those few things, this phone is perfect. The cameras are outstanding, the battery life is phenomenal, the speakers are crazy, and just the look and feel of the phone, even with or without a case, it's just a nice, complete Android package. And of course, you're getting 4 years of operating system updates, 5 years of security updates. I mean, I never thought it would be the day where Samsung is kind of out Googling Google themselves, at least with updates. So what do you guys think about the Galaxy S23 Ultra if you own it, if you are thinking about picking it up? Again, I'll have a link down below. And also let me know what you think about Samsung not including the charger in the box because, or not charger, but the cable that is capable of it. I can't get over it. I'm sorry. I know I'm rambling about this, but it seems like everything needs something extra for it to function as advertised. And I'm not a fan of that. I want a complete package whenever I'm paying over $1,000 on something. Is that too much to ask for? I don't think so, because before, that's what we got when we paid over $1,000, even less than $1,000. So again, I'll shut up now. Tell me what you guys think. And if you are new here, consider subscribing. It's absolutely free to you, but it helps me and the channel out a lot. And if you guys did enjoy the video, click the like button. Again, it's free to you, but it helps me out. And I truly appreciate it. That's it. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.